Wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Today. Today is Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. It is always wonderful having you company. Thank you for waking up to keep us company as well. So to those of you watching on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, to each of you, good morning. How do you do? Here's hoping you have a terrific today. But most of all, as you engage with us, share the show, share the love. Bring others along to engage in what we do, and we really do appreciate you doing so. I see your sharing and your liking, and I really, really appreciate your activism in helping us to promote the show. And of course, if you know of something or someone who has a story to be told, then you tell us about it. And you can do so very simply by sending us an email with all the contact details, and we will follow up from there. Our email address is at the bottom of your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And to all of you who do, we say thank you. For those of you still thinking of whether you should hit click send, then we say click send. We'll take it from there, and we thank you so very much for sharing all that you have and all that you know and all you're interested in with us at Mornin Barbados. This is the day after the triumphal return of our athletes from Grenada, having done so very well at the recently held Carifta Games there. We came home with 17 medals, enough gold, as I would want to say, but I'm very, very pleased with their performance indeed, as many of you, really quite a number of you, descended at the Grantley Adams International Airport yesterday to welcome home Team Barbados in the track and field Carifta competition. And so Damien Best was among the crowd, and he brought us this report. Take a look.
Of champions, as family, officials and track and field fans took every vantage point at the arrival hall of the Grantley Adams International Airport to celebrate the first set of athletes arriving from the 53rd Carifta Games in Grenada. Their achievement of surpassing last year's medal count of 14 with a tally of 17 medals, 6 gold, 3 silver and 8 bronze will be further acknowledged this weekend. That was the news from Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, Joy Adamson, who says both Barbados track and field and aquatic teams will be celebrated.
We're going to have a motorcade for you on Saturday, and you'll be driving through Bridgetown, and we'll be ending with some interaction. We're calling the Barbadians to come out to support you, to applaud you on the streets, and also to come to the Building Gymnasium probably about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, to meet with you and to be able to celebrate with you.
Head coach Desiree Gamble says the mission was accomplished and done so in style.
The big thing about that is the quality of those medals, where we gained 6 gold medals, and that hasn't been done in probably over 10 years. So, and also how we ended Carifta. We closed the curtain on Carifta Games with a superb performance by that 4x4 relay team.
The responsibility of getting the relay teams ready for the assignment fell on the shoulders of veteran coach Alwyn Babb.
There were 9 relays, and we medaled in 6 of those relays, and we came away with a record, a Carifta record in the 4x4. So I'm saying that my job as a relay coach paid off in terms of the results that we have. I think that the athletes gave a commendable performance.
Babb also says with renewed effort, more medals can be obtained in the future.
We need to keep what we are doing well in. We cannot continue to try to run against the region with the 100, 200, 400. We have to pull in the high jumps. We have to regain our hurdle prominence. Those are where the medals are. And if you look at it across the board, there are still too many holes that we are losing medals to and giving up medals to other countries.
Among those athletes returning to the island in the first group was Kamal Armstrong, gold medalist in the under-17 boys shot put, measuring 15.76 meters.
I know all I had to do was go and execute the plan I set out, me and my coach set out, to complete for for the goal. Condition was fair. It wasn't the best to suit what I was looking to do, but you can't blame it on the weather all the time. You gotta blame it on yourself sometimes. Sometimes you don't go and perform to the best you could. Sometimes you get your own head, sometimes you let people get your head. So I won't say the conditions really affected me majorly.
Long jumper Tyrell Clark, who showed his versatility in the boys under 17 relay squad, was elated with the capture of a bronze medal.
I knew that our relay team had a lot of talent from Julino, Julino, Joseph, he's class in himself, and Branford, he's a good man. So all we had to do is trust each other, get the baton around, and I knew we would have medal in the 4x1.
So from BSAT to Carifta, athletes have given Barbadians a special Easter treat. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
You got that right, Damien. Indeed, what a treat it was at the Easter weekend by our track and field team. That was only one group that arrived yesterday. They came on two different flights. And so the first group arrived somewhere around 3, and then the other group came in just after 6 in the evening. And yes, we turned up there too. With all the pom-poms and all the fanfare and revelry, people turned out in numbers, in national colors, little ones and bigger ones as well, just to welcome home the outstanding athletes who represented Barbados. Mr. Barbados himself was there to be a part of that crowd that gathered right outside their rivals' hall at the Grantley Adams International Airport. And I thank all of you for doing so. Everyone came out because everyone watched, everyone rejoiced, everyone jumped, everyone celebrated indeed every single effort put in by all of our track and field team. 60 of them went out. Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd of people at the Grantley Adams International Airport yesterday. And we thank the Grantley Adams International Airport as well, and the Minister, Charles Griffith, who was also there, for accommodating us to be a part of this celebration, to be able to bring all of these pictures and the voices on radio to you as we celebrate the performance of our track stars at the recently held Carifta Games in Grenada. Well done. Well done. And a big thank you to Carla Scott, one of our photographers, who was able to get out there to capture a lot of that for us. But the swim team are coming home soon as well. They also performed tremendously in Martinique at the Carifta swim meet. And I'm looking forward to the same response from you at the Grantley Adams International Airport, because we also have more stars coming home, capturing many, many, many gold medals, and silver and bronze as well. So again, a big haul coming in from our swim team. And so again, as we did for our track stars, we shall do at the Grantley Adams International Airport to welcome them home and to say a big thank you for making this little island so immensely proud of how you represented yourselves and represented us as well on the regional stage. I'm sure that the many scouts are watching you, and we commend all of you and all the support team who've been giving our little athletes, I call them little because they're much smaller than me, the little athletes, that opportunity to really do themselves proud. So a big thanks to all. The time is going to get away from me if I'm not careful. But we have a lot to share with you today, including excellence that has made its mark globally. She has dressed not princes and paupers, but she's dressed many, many outstanding people, including personalities. But who is she? We'll share with you in just a little while. Also coming up today, we will meet the winner of Season 3 of the UK Gladiator. She's in Barbados, and she has a story to tell. I can't wait to meet with her in just a little bit as well. Coming up today also, we will continue our discussion looking at perimenopause and the value of exercise to your management of perimenopause. And we'll get to know a little bit more about how Barbados and Barbadians can assist our brothers and sisters in Cuba. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One. Your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about love.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are bringing Caribbean fashion to Africa. Jay Angelique and Vida by Esquire are in Nairobi, Kenya for tribal chic.
That little Bajan girl is making waves all over the world with her designs. She's taken a different view of how we shape the body, how we form the body, how we present the body indeed in public. And so her name is Jen Ford. She's a designer, she is a creator, she is just a wonderful person at the bottom of it all. And she's with me. The last time we spoke, we were online. Good morning to you, Jen.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Yes, the last time I was in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes. And how was that for you?
Oh, it was such an eye-opening experience, such a larger-than-life experience to finally, it was my first time in Africa. And it was just a larger-than-life feeling.
I know you were also preparing to show in Paris. How did that go?
Oh, no.
Pardon me?
No, that was probably another mission for BTMI.
All right,
yes,
we will talk about that another time.
Yes.
But you were also launching, you just recently launched Vida by Esquire for Cropova.
Yes.
So talk to me about how that went.
Oh, that was amazing. So our theme for this year is Guardians of Heritage. Each year we ensure that we play up and show up the iconic things about Barbados, and this year was no different from any other. We hosted about 800 to 900 guests. We had an amazing band launch at Ilara Court, and it was just an amazing experience for our customers, and we had a good time.
And so, what's the theme of the band?
Guardians of Heritage.
Guardians of Heritage.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm curious as to how you would represent the theme Guardians of Heritage.
So each section represents something iconic about Barbados. Bathsheba, Pomelo, Andromeda. So these are all things that we kind of represent in a very modern and Bajan way, talking about Barbados. Yes.
Your foray into fashion and designing and creating in the way that you do, because yours is a little bit different. You do a lot of rapping.
Yes.
Why did you choose that as a form of expression?
I think it is a very untapped mode of designing. Now, my family, my grandmother, my mother, everyone is versed in fashion, dressmaking, but something like draping is more, how do I say, like intrinsic. So what you create, you can't really foresee sometimes, so it leads to more original design, more innovation, and that is where my expertise lies.
In other words, you love a challenge.
I do.
Whatever is presented to you, you face it head on and you just do it.
Yes,
And
definitely.
so the response to that has been phenomenal, because you've been given opportunities to interact with some stars.
Yes.
In the process of draping them and to present them too.
Yes, our work has been featured on a U.S. show called Bad Monkey, Jodie Turner-Smith, as well as Bozoma St. John. She wore one of our dresses on Jimmy Fallon show. So, you know, we've been very fortunate to dress stars, worldwide stars.
How did they find you?
We actually sell on one of the major e-commerce giants called Revolve.com. And from there, they just reach out, just wanting our designs.
How surprising to you is that? That, you know, these megastars are finding you and reaching out to you?
It's just a surreal moment, but it also makes you feel like, okay, yes, we are getting that Bajan and Caribbean culture out there, and they understand our mode of dress and want to be a part of our culture.
Are more and more people turning on to our mode of dress, as you described it?
They are, because you could see when tourism is based, they flock to Barbados, they flock to the island. So they want to be a part of what we have, and it's just really to service them as well.
A lot of times we define our look by the hibiscus on the pattern shirts and so forth.
Right.
And you are setting about to break that mold. We are much more than the flying fish and everything else.
Yes, yes.
What challenge does that present to you as a designer, to be able to shift mindsets in what represents Caribbean?
Exactly. I always say to be Caribbean, to be Bajan is very much intrinsic. So I don't have to put a big flying fish on my dress to say it is Bajan or it is Caribbean. So just that what comes from us is authentically Caribbean. And you just have to be, once you have your vision and once you have your mode in mind, you just have to be persistent and keep that, your vision and your objective in mind.
Your experience in Kenya, how has that now influenced your outlook on what you do?
It has influenced it so much. Kenya is huge, 15 million people. And when you open your eyes to such a huge audience just in one city, you realize that the world is so much more out there, so much potential and untapped market, especially for fashion and Caribbean fashion. They were so open, so surprised at what we offer. I mean, when we were there, we were hearing Alison Hines and Rupi on the radio, but they did not know what to connect it with. They couldn't say that is Bajan. So it was a tangible thing to say, okay, we're hearing this music, we must know the fashion.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a very eye-opening experience.
Wow. And so have you captured or seen any style of the Nigerians that you thought to yourself, you know what, or the Kenyans, that I would want to be able to do similarly for that market?
The thing about it is I wouldn't try to compete in a market that it's based on what we would have seen. It's very competitive, and I don't want to say crowded, but they do have a certain mode of dress. So they were very open to our style, our vibrant color, our culture, seeing crop over, seeing costumes. It was something new to them. And how we compete, we always compete in uncontested waters, and that is basically what we would do. Yes.
And so we're looking at on the screen at some of what's can you see from there?
I can.
Over there? Just bend a little bit.
Yes.
What am I looking at? What are we all looking at?
Listen, you are actually looking at some hard work. Now, people don't understand that world issues do affect us in a way. So what we would have shipped across in order to present did not come. So the day of the show, which we were notified, we had to go and basically create our things from scratch. But let me tell you, teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
One would never have thought that you went through all that you went through to do this, which is quite stunning. And that's the whole point.
Yes.
That fashion must send a message.
Yes.
Your chic fashion must send a message.
Yes.
And oftentimes we hear that, you know, costuming is different from regular couture. Is that true?
I think we have found a way to merge both. Again, I am very big on culture, and there is a way, what we call it festival fashion. There is a way to merge both of them, and that's what we would have done successfully.
How long have you been designing now?
I have been designing from like 2011. I always say
You've only just started.
Oh my God, it feels like forever, but I always used to say I used to use my lunch money to make clothes.
Really?
And from there, it was just a level of persistence and trying to keep the goal in mind of having this international fashion brand.
I want to talk to you some more if you don't mind.
Yes,
we'll take a break right here. We'll come back engaging with Jen Ford, one of Barbados' best to the rest of the world, in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.gov cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Jin Ford is her name. Her brand is J. Angelique, and she is also the creative director of Vida by Esquire, which has been launched for Crop Over 2026 yet again. And so she's with us right here on Morning Barbados as we celebrate her excellence and we celebrate all of her achievements and we get to know her a little bit more intimately. Now, Jin, you've said to me that your work is found on revolve.com. How did you get there?
They actually reached out to me. We have a great online presence, and of course our work speaks for itself. We have so many clients, and that has been a project that was worked on for years before it actually came to fruition. Right. So they reached out. Again, when you see and when you are so happy that people understand your mode of dress, your style, your aesthetic, and appreciate it enough to sell it. That was what came out of it, but it was a lot of teamwork, of course, just trying to get everything together. It's not easy when you are working in another market, so much to learn, but we made it through.
Think of it, a needle in a haystack.
Yes.
You were found and sought after by Revolve.com.
Yes.
And I'm looking at some more of the fashion.
Yes.
Wow. And this, so do you work with a team of designers or is it just a one-woman show?
For our brand, J. Angelique, we do have a team that works with the production of the team. So it's not me sewing and doing everything. I am the head designer, the head creator of the aesthetic. We do have a marketing team. We do have people to help to push, because at the end of the day, I'm one person. I won't be able to do it all. But we do have a team that helps us get out there.
Does it put a challenge to you in terms of where you go next, how you develop, how you widen your scope?
Sorry about that.
I want to know, what are your plans for the future, basically?
Well, our plans really includes expanding into Africa. I really want to thank the BTMI, especially Kyle Gittins, who is for the culture and the diaspora and emerging markets. I want to thank the Honorable Alex MacDonald. He's the High Commissioner of Barbados to Kenya, the Deputy Jovan Reed. Sounds like a little script, but these are all people who came together to make this possible. Harriet Osborne Visser, who made our stay, who just made this happen. Bell Holder of BTMI. All of these people would have come together to ensure that let's make this happen. And our plan is really to expand into Africa. It is an untapped market with so much potential. And, you know, opening up your eyes to what Nairobi, Kenya has to offer. Like, I'll give you a little joke. When we were speaking with some people there, just like how we are so captivated by the number, they can't even wrap their mind around how small of a country that Barbados is. But so much talent has come from Barbados, so much potential, and the idea is to benefit from the untapped market that is there.
A lot of times language divides us,
Yes.
and not just the culture alone, but just the language. How did you deal with that in Kenya?
Well, they actually speak English, but you hear their Swahili. So basically, they have, I believe it's 42 tribes, and each tribe has their own language. So when they're speaking, sometimes they incorporate each the language of their tribe. Right. So they have an accent, and one of the designers asked me, do we have an accent? It was so funny to hear them say, but yes, everybody has an accent.
Yes.
But it was easy because their language is English, but of course mixed with Swahili and their own dialect. Yeah.
The thing about Africans often is, what tribe are you from? They tend to ask that a lot. Did you get that question?
Not really,
You're
but
so lucky.
but they did want to know, where are you from? Like you can tell there's a difference, and I say we don't know Africa, they don't even know the Caribbean. And I'm just like, this is what your ancestors would have produced when it's out of Africa. When it has come to the Caribbean, we have transformed into this, and this is what it looks like.
The experience in Africa, because it helps to my mind, shape. I have never been to Africa, but I'm sure it would help to shape one's view of our history.
Yes.
Have you had that experience?
Yes, of course. We would, when I travel, we love to go to museums and see what the history is. They had a very similar history like the Caribbean, and that's why up to this day, we are so alike. And you really appreciate it, and the connection that I would have had with the suppliers there, the designers there, and it's because we all would have come from the same place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of suppliers and designers, because fabrics are fabrics and fabrics are different fabrics, however, the fabric of the Caribbean, is it similar to the fabric you found in Kenya?
It is, but you can still tell they have the differences, and they place so much importance on the authentic fabrics. A lot of the designers do have like natural linens, and they do have an aesthetic, and it was so nice to see that they are still very proud of their aesthetic, but introducing something a little different, a little vibrant to them, they were so happy about it.
I want to come back to Vida by Esquire then.
Yes.
And so in terms of what you've crafted for Vida by Esquire this year,
yes,
did you incorporate any? I know you're looking at the Beijing, I know you're looking at that.
Yes.
But in terms of the things, the fabric, the things that you would use in costuming, were you able to bring any from Kenya to incorporate into?
Well, the thing about it is our year is shaped differently. So we would have been working on Vida by Esquire a little, like months before we actually would have gotten there. But the idea of jubilation, celebrating your culture, celebrating your history, that is at the forefront of our band, Vida by Esquire. So, and you could tell that we would have gotten that from the motherland.
And that's so important indeed. So you have a plan for longevity. You're placed perfectly into revolve.com.
Yes.
And people now find your fashion there as well. Do you also have your own online presence?
Yes, we do.
Which is?
shopjangelique.com. You could order worldwide. We actually do have partnered with Elia Wear Boutique. That's right here in Hayman's, Barbados, in Hayman's Market. You could find our clothing there as well.
Would you recommend a visit to Africa at least once in one's lifetime?
Of course, and I say a good start is Nairobi, Kenya. It's similar, but it has so much to offer, so much to see. And of course, the Bajans will always welcome you there. BTMI, the High Commission of Barbados, they're doing such amazing work to showcase Barbados.
We think food before we travel. If I can't eat the food, I'm not going there.
No, it's true.
So talk to me about the food that you tasted, you tried while you were there.
Yes. My favorite was ugali. It is like, imagine you're feeling mashed potatoes, a little stickier, and that is their staple. You eat it with like cooked up meats, goat, pork. We had it together, and we did it the local way with our hands, no knife and fork, no anything. And we had, again, the BTMI team would have ensured that we had everybody provided for. And we had a local with us showing us how to eat it with our hands, and it was really
Was it nice and spicy?
They do like spice. I'm not a spicy girl,
Okay.
but it had, like, you can tell our food has come from there, like the seasonings, the flavors. Like I'm a foodie at heart as well. So tasting it was like, oh my goodness, this is different. Yes.
And did it do rice and those other staples that we
They
tasted?
do. The palette is very similar, but they do have staple things like the ugali I would have mentioned. They do have different things as well, but you can recognize your food. Yes.
Food at least that we know of.
But they don't have our Bajan macaroni pie. Let's get that out there clearly.
What is a shame.
Yes.
But nonetheless, it is what it is.
Yes,
That's
yes.
their culture. In terms of drink and beverages that you would have been exposed to, what did you find?
We had a lot of Kenyan coffee. Now, let me tell you, what we are drinking in this side of the earth, it is so bold, it is so refreshing, and they have a lot of local products like nut butters, coffees, teas, and they have, like, our taxi driver, he was like, I'll have a Kenyan coffee, but it is a thing that they do, and it tastes exceptional.
Shopping.
Yes.
No girl goes anywhere without shopping.
I know.
Let's look. Take me through the town and
Yes.
the areas for shopping. What was that experience like for you?
Well, we actually went through, I would call Nairobi proper, where we would have seen the architecture, infrastructure very similar to what we have here. Now, I was fortunate to be able to shop with their local artisans. Now, sometimes you go to a place and you get a lot of products that are not from the place you're visiting, but I was able to get from Kenyan designers and local things made from people just like me. So that was I came back with accessories and bags, and it was an amazing experience.
You make me feel like going, girl.
Yes, I think everybody should go. Nairobi is a good launching pad for Africa.
Yeah, and just explore the motherland from there.
It is, yes.
Jen Ford is her name. Her brand is J Angelique. Shop J Angelique .com is where you can go online, or revolve.com, and you can access all of her phenomenal work. If you're already signed up for Vida by Esquire, you're lucky. You're getting designed by this global brand. But if you haven't yet done so, I'm sure that we can reach out to the band and get our pieces, right?
Yes, of course. We also have a website, vidabyesquire.com. And of course, we are ready to host. It's a premium experience, drinks inclusive, food inclusive, vibes, everything. Yes, and the thing about us, we offer this premium product to all of our customers. We don't isolate. Everybody's a VIP.
Yes.
So we have a very premium product for a very value-oriented price, and Vida by Esquire is there to represent Bajan culture at its finest. We are concerned with those who love Bajan culture and want to experience it.
Love it indeed. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
You're
to be
welcome.
here, yes.
And don't become a stranger.
Of course not. I love it here.
Good to hear you indeed. Jen Ford, we welcome her back with open arms. As you know, we left to celebrate on Morning Barbados the benefits and the brilliance of Barbadians everywhere. And so we're thrilled to have had this global brand with us this morning. So we really do sincerely thank you, Jane.
Thank
I wish you
you.
only the very best.
Thank you.
Morning Barbados breaks here. It's 26 to 7. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scald, A look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
22 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock on this Wellness Wednesday. We turn our attention again to perimenopause. And it's an important subject that affects girls to womanhood right the way through. And so we want to share with you not just the importance of you knowing and understanding what's happening with your body, but then some techniques that you can actually use to help you manage the process as it unfolds and you experience it as well. So once again with me is my good friend, Felicia Goodridge. She's become a very good friend now. Felicia Goodridge, who is a certified coach. She is also a specialist in managing all of this as well. And Dr. Tina Eiffel, who's a family physician. Ladies, again, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Starting with you, Dr. Tina. So let's put this back into context again. What is perimenopause?
So perimenopause is that transitional phase that all women, if we're lucky, will go through. Right? It can last up to 10 years, and it's just that period of time in a woman's life before that final menstrual period and the time after, right? And it's usually, signified as a time where women might start to have certain symptoms. They start to feel a little bit different, and we just don't know what's really going on in my body.
And she feels miserable. Just miserable. Yeah. And it can start, the last time I think you said, around sometimes the ladies in their 30s.
Yes, sometimes it can start as early as 35, right? Because some women may go through menopause a little bit earlier. The average woman, or on average in terms of the population, is age 51 for that final menstrual period, and that's what we call menopause. But some women go through it earlier, and the perimenopausal transitional phase can start up to 10 years before that actually happens.
So does she go through some of the symptoms that menopause would present, like the hot flashes and those kinds of irritability and so forth?
100%. So the same symptoms that we classify or we put together with menopause occurs during perimenopause.
Oh, gracious. Yeah. And so, ladies, don't be afraid. Don't think, oh my gosh, what's the sense of living? What's the sense of living if you're going to be in this transitional period for so long, experiencing all of this? Yeah. But there's a solution to all of this indeed. But medication is not necessarily the solution alone.
No. So we generally don't jump to medication as the first option. We try to look at non-hormonal options. We try to look at natural options prior to jumping to medication. We only really use hormone replacement therapy in women who are really, really being affected by these symptoms. It's affecting your daily life. And it's usually the women who experience lots of hot flashes, problems with their sleep. And I mean, most women who are in perimenopause will experience these symptoms. But when it comes to a stage where, it's really affecting your daily life, you can't really function like you should, then we would start to look into the hormone replacement therapy. But I generally like to look at natural ways first, supplements, exercise, and we try to manage it in that way before we start thinking about medication.
Do a lot of women self-diagnose? We have an experience that we heard somebody say this or heard someone say that, and we assume it might be this or that and not perimenopause. Do you find that happening a lot?
Yes.
And what can we confuse perimenopause with then?
So sometimes women would be experiencing unexplained fatigue, or they may be having insomnia, or they may be feeling like I just don't feel well. My body just does not feel well, and they think that something must be wrong, something sinister must be wrong. A lot of the times symptoms of like anxiety, depression, and stuff like that can occur with perimenopause. So of course we need to rule out these other things. We need to rule out any underlying conditions. So we of course do blood work and what's not, check your thyroid, check your blood count, because any changes in these levels can manifest in symptoms that coincide with perimenopause. But funny enough, when women come to me and they're experiencing these symptoms and they're thinking, oh my gosh, the big C.
Yes.
And I said, well, given your age, it could be hormonal, it could be perimenopause. And they're like, really?
The word menopause causes pause. Yes.
Perimenopause could cause all of this.
Yeah.
Joint pains, random aches and pains. It could be perimenopause.
So the whole thing is to go to and have it checked. Go to your physician and have it checked.
Yes.
Don't assume anything, have it checked.
Yes, always have it checked.
Is it a conversation you believe that should happen in the home a whole lot more for younger girls who are growing up and aging as they do, of what the changes in the body could look like?
Yes, definitely. Because then when you start to experience these symptoms, then you remember, I remember my mother saying she was having hot flashes. Or I remember my mother saying that she was having difficulty sleeping during this time. Maybe it could be this. But I find it's not talked about a lot.
Yeah. But when you hear that, you keep thinking, then you have to question, how old was my mother really? You don't know. Yeah. You don't know your mother's age for a little while. And so you assume because she's older than you, she was of age, but not realizing that it was a younger age, perhaps in your mid-30s or thereabouts, that she was beginning to experience this. And so if you have a family history of this, maybe you should have it checked a little bit sooner. Just for confirmation?
Depending. So if you know that your mother went through menopause earlier, the chances are that you may also go through menopause a little bit earlier. And I think a lot of women start to think, well, I'm not gonna go through menopause so well in my 50s, So when you start feeling these things, you of course jump to the worst case scenario rather than thinking, well, my mother went through this. I should ask her, what age it started. I should ask her what she experienced. Ask other women around you what they're experiencing, because chances are they're experiencing the same things.
And chances are, for those of you viewing, you might be experiencing the same thing. And oftentimes when you're experiencing the same thing, you want to give up, you want to lie down a little bit more, you want to just shut yourself away. But exercise, Felicia, actually social interaction might actually help you manage all of this. From what you do as a certified trainer, how can what you do help?
So remember I did explain the last time that we were here, that exercise, if it's not something that you've been practicing, it's not the first thing that you jump to.
Right.
So one of the most cost-effective ways is just, as you said, getting up and moving. Sometimes morning is not the ideal because, as Dr. Eiffel just said, you might have had a very restless night. So when I have clients that come into me, we have a consultation, and one of the things that I discuss with them is, what is your sleep pattern? What does your life look like? And what I do then is I make suggestions, because it would be unreasonable for me to say, well, try to do something that you cannot sustain. So it's really a progressive plan that makes the perimenopausal program looks a bit different. So you can start with stuff like 20 to 30 minutes walking. As you just said, actually having a support system or socializing, it does help to give you a sense of well-being. Maybe going out, you crack a joke, you have an uplifting conversation, or some people connect sharing the different, you know, like, this happened to you? Yeah, that's happened to me too.
Yes.
And then you feel a connection. People want to feel connected. So I would say, yeah, that's how.
There was a time, and I was Cynthia Springer, thank you for watching. And I said to her, she was one of my managers in another job. And I said to her, it's really, really hot. And she said to me, Pearson, it's just a state of mind.
It's just a state of mind.
Shift the way you think and you'll have a different experience. And I did that. And I realized, you know, it's actually quite bearable.
Yeah.
It was actually quite bearable. And I keep saying that often to a lot of people, it's in your mind. And for those with perimenopause, that's why I think community again, you can shift your mindset by having other people around you who help you carry the moment. And in carrying that moment, you'll find that your mind is a little bit more at rest and you don't feel quite as traumatized as you would have felt had you been alone with these people in the house who just don't get you.
Who don't get it,
And that's what we're talking about. So don't sit in silence thinking, I have just given in and given up. I have this to carry for the next 20 or so years, and therefore, what else is life about? And you feel despair. And I'm sure as a medical doctor, that's part of what you do as a treatment option as well. I know Felicia talked about having a discussion, but sometimes being able to tap into the mind and the heart and the understanding of the spirit so that people get back on a pattern of wellness.
Yes.
How challenging is that for you?
Not very, because I tend to chat a lot with my patients.
And that's important.
So they will come in with one thing, let's say a headache, and we uncover depression, we uncover anxiety, we just chat, we talk about a lot of things. And because my aim is that by the time you leave the office, that you feel better in some way, right? And a lot of the times when you're experiencing mental issues in terms of you're not feeling it yourself, you feel down, etc. Things are going on, you have various stressors. Sometimes you just need to talk. Sometimes you just need to have somebody who is going to be able to talk to you, not judge, and also give you kind of like little tips to cope with certain situations.
And that are those tips we'll share with you right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
11 to 7, we're with Felicia Goodrich, who's a certified trainer and a coach, indeed, a personal trainer, and Dr. Tina Eiffel, who is a family physician. We're looking at perimenopause. We just took some time understanding what it feels like. And I'm sure as you're listening to what it feels like, you're saying, I feel that way too. And without knowing it, you are perhaps in perimenopause. But don't despair. There is no room for despair. As I kept saying, shift the way you think. And in shifting the way you think, you'll find solutions. And one of those solutions is a program that these ladies are working on. Let's talk a little bit about that. And Felicia, as a trainer, how does the program look and as it relates to training and the body moving so that you don't feel that level of despair?
Alrighty, so the name of the program is Evolve Her. So me and Dr. Eiffel was chatting about it, and I'm like, you know, I have these clients who they come, and my demographic is usually from 35 straight up to 50, 60, and I'm like, these women are doing everything. They're working out, eating what they're supposed to eat, and doing the exercise protocol, but they're not seeing the results. So we came together and decided, okay, well, I think it would be beneficial to merge the more medical aspect of it, because that's what she studied, to be able to sit and navigate, okay, what is it that is happening? What are you What are you not doing? What are you doing? And how can we modify this to make this beneficial to you? So the program has a structure where you see the medical practitioner first, and she goes through her different protocols that she would have discussed earlier, and then the client then comes to me. Now, you would think that as a fitness professional, that exercise session is all about exercise. Well, that's not what I talk about. So what I do is try to understand what are the obstacles that are preventing you from being able to achieve your goals. So once we are able to identify those obstacles, then I'm able to construct an exercise program that is specific for that particular individual. So let me say, Pearson, you said to me, you know, I have really restless nights. I can't do this exercise in the morning. I have a very busy day. I have kids. I feel depressed. I'm moody. My relationship. So these are a lot of different variables that I have to sit down and try to identify. I'm like, okay, we're going to find a plan that is suitable for you. Now, given this is a program, so some symptoms are very common, but then there are some that are very individualized to a person. So all we do is kind of like fine tune and try to figure out, okay, what is the best action plan for each client? And then there's a general recommendation. Like, for example, if you're building a house, the foundation is pretty much the same, but then we could fluff it up. You know, we can add flowers here, flowers there. But what I do is help clients find that foundation. So bringing it back home to the foundation, there are 3 components that you want to focus on when you're exercising. Cardio, where we discuss some people enjoy walking, some persons enjoy jogging, swimming, hiking. And then I try to merge that with strength activities, because the same thing with perimenopause, from the age of 30, your muscle mass starts to naturally decrease. And then when you hit perimenopause, it doubles.
Wow.
It doubles, right? So, you know, Dr. Eiffel could, you know, discuss a little bit more about that. So what I do is try to merge cardiovascular exercise and strength activities together, which then will help persons to feel better. It will help you to see the physical results, because, you know, you're working out, you want that when you look in the mirror, you see changes, you know. So as much as you tell a person will do this, you get very discouraged, like, oh, I'm working out 5 days a week.
And not a pounding shift.
A pounding shift. My clothes still feel very snuggy. So that's where myself and Dr. Eiffel came together to try to find that nice recipe or cocktail that will help persons to feel a lot more confident that they can actually, as the word thrive throughout perimenopause.
Perimenopause does all that to you? Changes your muscle mass and all the rest of it? And so it's almost as if you're turning into jelly?
It's a very daunting process.
It's a stretch, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So as Felicia rightfully said, perimenopause, from the time that estrogen starts to decline, a lot of things start to happen in the body, because estrogen actually regulates a lot of the mechanisms and a lot of the, you know, things that occur in our body. So yes, we have a decrease in our muscle mass. There's an increase in bone loss as well, bone density loss. The hot flashes come about because the estrogen actually is there to help with our thermoregulatory system. So when that estrogen goes down, that thermoregulatory system starts to go haywire, and that's where you get hot flashes. So it helps with a lot of things. So when we get that withdrawal of estrogen from the body, that's why these symptoms start to occur.
Right. And so the best solution that is safest as far as we're concerned is going through this program, where we have the check with the doctor, then we sit and discuss with you, Felicia, what we can do, the level of exercise that or the types of exercises we can do for the individual. Because the experience of perimenopause can vary, individual by individual. And then, because often, you know, you're not throwing money down a well, because we're signing up to be part of an exercise regime. We want to see the results at the end of the day. We want to hear that we still look beautiful. You want to feel beautiful to begin with. And so as a consequence, the programs that you design are designed to be able to respond to those needs that people have. And is it an individual, okay, let's say 10 of us present with similar stories, and you recognize it, so you work in groups, or how does it work?
Well, it's a group session. So as I said, we discuss common symptoms, common struggles, because That's why people are able to relate to each other, because things are similar. Then we also then, if you're having something that is a bit different, then we work individually with you. So even though it's a group setting, you're still able, so that's when you talk to Dr. Eiffel, each person gets to see the doctor before you actually join the program. So then she passes on the information to me. I assess. So if I realize, okay, well, this person needs a little bit more, then I have individual sessions. Now note that we have a policy where even though it's group, my WhatsApp is always available to clients. You know, even my private clients, I have programs that is outside, so I'm still always available. You know, so let me say you join the program, you say, well, you know, can we talk about this? Then I set a time, say, hey, yeah, let's talk about it, because you want everybody to feel a part of.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, we try to make it very inclusive. So yes, it's a general program, but seeing the doctor prior to, then I'm aware of each person's individual situation or struggle, and then we give
individual advice accordingly.
Individual advice
and that's so important, so important. So how can folks watching today say, who are thinking, this sounds really wonderful, how can I reach out to these ladies to be a part of the program? What's a point of contact?
Well, you guys can reach out to us on our Instagram, which is evolveher.bb.
Evolveher.bb.
You could also reach out to me at First Choice Healthcare Center or Felicia at Felicia Fitness Studios.
It's as simple as that. Reach out. As we said, I've been saying all morning long with you, don't sit in silence and say, oh well, and give up. It is more than that. It's much more than that. You heard what could possibly happen with the loss of bone density and the like, muscle mass. And you don't want to be sitting there in frustration simply because you throw your hands in the air. Reach out to these ladies, evolveher.bb, and or talk to Dr. Tina at First Choice
Healthcare Center.
Or Felicia.
Felicia Fitness Studio.
There you go. And get back on the road to feeling good. And I know a lot of you are thinking, but in a hot flash, I'm not sweating anymore. I don't want any more exercise. No, the group exercise, the group moment as well can be a way of you managing those experiences as well. So do sign up as soon as possible and see the benefits and report the benefits, because we probably stand at how many people who are like you really are out there in silence, being hidden among the shadows because they're afraid to step forward and say, I have a problem, I have a situation I need to have some help with. And I'm sure, Dr. Tina, there are many people who are experiencing perimenopause.
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, Barbados. Perimenopause can be life-threatening if misdiagnosed. Discussed publicly. This is from J Best. And yeah, have public conversations about it. You're right, J Best. Love this discussion, Jasmine. Jasmine, good morning to you. How are you doing? Just my friend. Is this my girl from Nevis? Is this my Jasmine from Nevis? If it's you, identify yourself, Jazz. But it's important because so many women do have this as a condition, and so many younger women are experiencing even younger. And rather than sit in ignorance, do something about it now you know better. And reach out to these ladies. Evolveher.bb. Go online, see, and sign up for the program. Sign up today. Sign up. Don't wait until tomorrow. Sign up today and begin to see the results as soon as possible.
We're also open to questions.
Yeah.
If someone just want to message and ask a question, we're open to that too.
All right, good. So message even at that there. Evolveher.bb, indeed. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Felicia Gitteridge and Dr. Tina Eiffel, indeed. Thank you so much. Evolveher.bb is the place to go to get all the answers to the questions you may have, but to also sign up for the program. This program is designed to help you, and I encourage you to do so as soon as possible. Those of you experiencing perimenopause and trying to understand what it's about and what you can do about it, you can do something about it. Evolveher.bb. We're taking a break right here. We're back in a moment with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Prime Minister Mayor Amor Motley has announced millions of dollars in funding to strengthen social programs across Barbados as government moves to expand support for young people, families and vulnerable groups. She made the disclosure during the recent opening of the Young People's Village at Holders Hill. We get more in this report.
A major investment in people. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Prime Minister Motley revealed that $5 million has been allocated to faith-based and community organizations to develop programs aimed at supporting young people.
Why we've made as a government $5 million available to faith-based organizations and churches in this country to be able to come up with programs that can help our young people be properly anchored. That is why we are also creating a fund to allow them to travel wherever possible, because being able to understand context, that you are just a small rock in a whole world, that you are under 300,000 people in a population globally of over 8 billion people. If we don't understand context, we then get into all kinds of unfortunate conversations with entitlement that will only be the precursor to a fall.
The Prime Minister also highlighted ongoing development of facilities such as Sterling, where efforts are underway to modernize services and expand care.
At Sterling, we've taken the first steps of really making partnership and intergenerational dialogue possible, because we're building now on that site as well a senior citizens village, because we believe that while, yes, we had to do the big geriatric hospital, that's not the only part of the solution to deal with elderly care in this country.
Plans are also in motion to expand similar models across the island, creating village-style communities to support the youth as well as the elderly. However, the Prime Minister stressed that partnerships remain critical, particularly in times when governments cannot meet every need alone. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Barbados' accommodation sector has not been negatively impacted by the ongoing war in the Middle East. Thus, according to the Chief Executive Officer of the BHTA, Senator Ryan Ford. He says the association has not received reports of any changes in bookings that have resulted from ongoing U.S., Israel and Iran conflict. However, Senator Ford assures that the association is monitoring the developing situation.
We are watching, obviously, the changes that would come after the budget that the government have just laid before the whole of Barbados. And we're obviously looking at booking patterns. But right now it's a fluid situation, and we've not received any complaints or concerns from members nor the board to say that they have lost bookings because of X, Y, Z. Obviously, it's something that can change overnight, and it is a very serious situation worldwide. So we are watching it.
Senator Ford also complimented the BTMI on its announcement of a non-stop flight from Halifax to Barbados. He says the BHTA is pleased with the development.
We are also very happy to see the progress and announcement coming out of the Canadian market in terms of having new airlift coming from the Nova Scotia area. And we're also very excited to see what is going on with Aer Lingus as well, coming out of Dublin. And then we're also looking forward to any further announcements in the future coming from our partners at the Ministry of Tourism, International Transport and the BTMI. We work hand in hand with these agencies, so we're very happy to see that the work that all tourism stakeholders have put in with their leadership over the last 2 years is bearing fruit now. And we hope to continue to diversify our markets and tourism segments as we aim to continue to support the economy and our people.
The Chief Medical Officer is assuring and issuing yet another call for parents to ensure that their children have 2 measles, mumps and rubella vaccines at 12 and 18 months old. The Most Honourable Dr. Kenneth George is repeating that plea as the United States and Canada face a measles epidemic. Further, Bangladesh is battling its worst measles outbreak in years, with more than 100 children dead in recent weeks amid a rise in unvaccinated infants. The CAMO highlighted the importance of the vaccinations as he declared the Ministry of Health and Wellness stands in solidarity with the World Health Organization to commemorate World Health Day under the theme Together for Health, Stand with Science.
And it's important that parents use the opportunity to ensure that their children are up to date on their vaccine status, because it gives the individual protection against severe disease and even death. We continue to support a strong scientific research agenda to inform public health decisions.
Dr. George says through rigorous scientific research, Barbados has been able to drive policies such as sweetened beverage tax and the National Schools Nutrition Policy to tackle non-communicable diseases. He says the ministry continues to work with agencies within the region, particularly CARFA, to make informed decisions with respect to cruise-based surveillance and hotel and hospitality surveillance systems.
We continue to work with the Best DeSantis Public Health Laboratory in providing appropriate responses to antimicrobial resistance using a One Health approach, which integrates human, animal, and environmental health.
A quick look at sports now. Haley Roach will lead the Barbados Under-16 national netball team in the upcoming 22nd Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament in Trinidad and Tobago. Coach Roach will have Kodia Gittins as her deputy in a squad that includes Kezia Jones, Zipporah Greenwich Mackey, Adara Evelyn, Giovanni Aline, Kayla Rouse, Soraya Phillips, Jiminy Lewis, Tijera Boyce, Brianna Wallace, Tyra Griffith, Cherish Gibson, Anara Aline Toussaint, and Layla Hoffner. The tournament is set to run from April the 11th to the 17th, with Barbados opening match scheduled with Dominica on the 12th. The team, under the guidance of head coach Tricia Briggs, will depart the island on Friday. That's a look at news and sports until now. More news and sports coming up at 12 noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Emily looks concentrated, focused, and most importantly balanced, and she's raced across the beam. Naomi's wobbling, no one has come unstuck, she's going to start again. Here goes Emily, she's never got up the travelator first time, but when it matters most of all, she gets there and is our female gladiators champion.
We are celebrating that female gladiator champion in the United Kingdom, as a matter of fact, and she's with me right here with her parents. Her name is Emily Bell, never to be called. Bing, bing, the bell has been rung. Congratulations to you, Emily.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Welcome to Barbados, and you've brought your parents with you in Linda and Giles.
Good morning.
Welcome to Barbados as well.
Thank you.
Linda, I'll start with you. March the 28th, you gave birth to this little baby girl. Was it March the 28th?
It was actually the 5th of August.
The 5th of August?
Yes.
Yes, when I did.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So just the other day, you celebrated your birthday?
Yes, well, so it was filmed in August, the show, but it was shown in March. So the final was filmed on my birthday.
Ah.
So that day it felt like my birthday all over again when we watched it exactly a couple of weeks ago.
Did you see this as her path?
Well, she's always been very confident. She's loved sports. She's academic but very down to earth, and we've always taught her that she can put her mind and do anything that she wants to. So it wasn't something that we actually knew about. She actually told us about it after she had applied and got through to the first section. And I mean, over 30,000 applicants apply for the gladiators. So for her to have got through to that stage, we were like, oh wow, this is great. So yeah, it's really been very exciting for her and for us reliving it again, as she said. So yeah, I mean, she's a Cambridge graduate, and it was something that she did just before she graduated. She thought she'd put in an application, hadn't told us about it, and then here we are now.
Just when she told you guys about this, you thought, what a crazy girl. What did you think?
If you know Emily, that's so Emily. She puts her mind to anything, and you'll do wild and unknown things, etc. When she's at university as well, once she decided she'll do a fundraiser, and most fundraisers involve going for a walk or maybe doing a sponsored run or something. No, Emily takes part in a boxing tournament. She tells us on there as well. So, yeah. Her mum was like, what? Did she do that? I was like, what? In fact, she told me first, and I had to keep it to silent from my mum, etc. So sometimes it's a nice, easy path, but Emily will take the more adventurous path. She's that kind of lady.
Yeah,
you know? And from who did she get this adventurous spirit?
I think both of us, actually, definitely. She's definitely part of me and part of Giles. We've always been quite adventurous, just really trying anything. We've encouraged them in sports, encouraged them for anything that they want to do. So for us, there's no barriers for their achievements.
Wow. Did you hear all of that, Emily?
I did. It means so much. It's so lovely hearing this all over again. And when I took part, there was a lot of support, so I could bring my friends, my rugby teammates, my family with me, and then to have the watch party and watch it on TV. It's such a surreal feeling to not just have my friends and family who are coming and supporting. For me, it's quite surreal, but also the wider community. So I got Croydon, part of South London, then you got my family in Barbados, my family in Jamaica, all behind me. So it's very surreal, this feeling of just mass support.
We'll get to those other cultural links in a moment.
Yes.
But what is it that got into your head to think that you should apply to be a part of the UK Gladiators?
So initially it was the Gladiator Fury. She's a rugby player, and I've played rugby. I play both rugby union and rugby league. I've played for just over 10 years now. So seeing her take part on the show as a gladiator, I thought, this was kind of fun. Watch the entirety of season 1, and at the end it's that last bit of, if you think you can do this, apply now. And most people are sitting there like, yeah, I probably could, but don't do anything about it. I thought, go on then, why not? So put the application deadline in my calendar, forgot about it, came up, and I thought, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? And then the word came.
Yes.
That you actually got through.
Yes.
Talk to me about that moment.
Yeah, that was very surreal. So it was. I applied, had a phone interview, then there were physical trials in London. Did that, and it's one of those things that I do put a lot of pressure on myself, but it's what will be, will be. If I don't get in, I don't get in, that's okay. It wasn't meant for me. And then getting that call of, oh, you've been shortlisted, you're now going to go and practice the events. And then to do that, meet all the other contenders and know that not all of us are going to make it. Again, it's what will be, but this has been a great opportunity so far. To then get that call the following day of, you're on. It was quite surreal. Like, I do say I like to do things as a side quest for the plot, because in my head I thought this would be a great dinner party story in a few decades. Like, even win or lose, I'll be like, did I tell you about that time I applied for Gladiators? So to actually get on and realise, wait, I'm actually going to be on national TV. I don't think I'd really thought that far ahead. So it was just enjoying every moment, really, for me.
I like your view. My mantra often is live life to have a story to be told.
Exactly.
If not, you're not living life. Tell stories.
Exactly.
Have experiences, in other words.
Exactly.
And so you were tested to see whether or not you had the endurance or you had all that it took to make a really good show. It's a production after all.
Exactly.
And they found you worthy to do so. And so you looked at all of the challenges ahead of you. And you took them on. But in taking them on, there had to be a strategy, because there were processes of elimination as it went along as well.
Yeah.
Talk to me about readying for every time you had to shoot to be, again, to qualify to go on to the next round.
Yeah, I think as much as it is a physical show and it's so physically demanding, and there were some that played to my strength, some that weren't great for me. There's one event, Hang Tough, we have to swing from these loops, and my grip strength it tested that, and I'm not great. But one aspect of the show that isn't really spoken about is the mental aspect, and to have that eliminator beforehand when you go head to head with the other contender, and it's win or lose, elimination style. That mental beforehand, having to sort of have the peace of mind of, it's okay if I lose. It is okay if I lose. Obviously, winning is a great thing, and we are all competitive athletes and we do want to win, but having that mental clarity of, I've prepped as best as I can, what will be, and like we say, this will be a great story. So it is having to have that mental aspect was something that very much challenged me more than I thought.
You know, Linda, parents tend to think, all well and good, you can play all the sports you want to play, that's fine. But I want you to focus on your career, I want you to focus on your studies, and make sure. Did you have those conversations with Emily?
Well, yeah, we always have had, actually, and it's funny because when she applied for this and was going through it, she had just finished a job and she was going to work for an investment bank, and literally it was just the day after the competition. So it was juggling. She was juggling that, and she actually had to push it back because she couldn't get down to London in time, but it worked out really well, and it's something that that she's enjoying. And I think you can actually balance work and you can balance these really adventurous things that you can do in your careers and your life. It doesn't have to be that linear road of this is what I am doing and there's nothing else that goes along with it. So
you're so fortunate to have parents who think like they do.
Yeah.
You are lucky because in the Barbadian context, you're so lucky that doesn't rise to the surface. It's a totally different story. Yeah. Get that done first and then you can play.
Exactly.
And so you take seriously the sports that you're involved in, rugby, and now challenging yourself at whatever else is happening indeed. On the day of the final? Because there were several ladies competing right the way through, but then it came down to yourself and another who's older than yourself. You were the youngest, she was the eldest.
Yes.
Talk to me about knowing that you were battling someone older than you. Did you feel as if it was elder abuse?
No.
She almost feels she's
You get it, Giles.
Hold on.
You get it.
Hold on a minute.
Go on, Emily.
Hold on a minute. First, history was made. I think we were both making history. You could ask her, she was battling a baby. Did it not feel mean to batter a child? But, I'd say Naomi, my contender, she was 40 when we filmed it, and it's such a testament. I think there is a lot of talk of I'm the youngest, she's the eldest. She's not old. Let's just to clarify, she's not old at all. But having that difference it's amazing to think that I know I'm so early on my journey, but to look at her as sort of another inspiration of if I can still be doing that in 20 years time, that is phenomenal. So I think for me and her making history together at such different life stages was really impressive for both her and myself. No elder abuse there.
Or baby abuse.
Exactly.
Which is the Bajan among you?
Myself.
You're the Bajan.
Yes, I was the Bajan.
Yes. And now I'm curious about the Bajan link here now. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, our Bajan roots are very strong. My mother and father are both from Barbados. My father passed away 15 years ago, but he was from Dash Valley.
Just a bit away from
yes,
us.
just down the road, yes, the Pollards. And my mum was from Eagle Hall in St Michael, the Jessamy and Yearwood. So yeah, we've always had that. And we lived in Barbados for a very short period when we were very young. In fact, my first school was in Barbados, Goodland School. So we try and come back as often as we can, but we're here with 4 generations of us, and even down to the very younger ones who are 5 and 10, they're still singing their I am a Bajan.
Nice. I'm going to dig deeper into these stories in just a moment to also get your Jamaican story as well.
Yes.
Wow. We're sitting with a champion, ladies and gentlemen, the Bell family, but Emily is a real UK global gladiator indeed, and so we're going to dig deeper into their history in just a moment after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
23 and a half after 7. The laughter is not yet done because the Bell family is here indeed. And so, did they introduce you guys in the production as the Bell family? Did they do that?
No, they should have, like Family Fortunes.
And so, Emily, know your parents were in the crowd watching you every leap and jump and swim of the way.
Yes.
Yeah. What did that mean to you?
It meant the absolute world. I said in the semi-finals, after I'd won, you have a little speech. And I honestly am huffing and puffing, so I've just done all of that. So I'm knackered, but in the moment, without even thinking, it was the gratitude and support of my family and my friends. And I said it's so important to have people in my corner to believe in me when I don't believe in myself, because there is that inner critic, that imposter syndrome, that self-doubt. So to have such an amazing, loving family with me every step of the way, it means more than words can say.
You are so lucky. Honestly, you truly are, Giles. And as the head of the household, you fostered something really special here.
Yeah, exactly. I am definitely so. I think my wife, when you see head of the family, yeah, she'll give it the shoulder to shoulder. Anyone else out there that's married 30 years, we've married for, etc., realise that that's what your head, but actually the shoulder to shoulder. That's the words.
There you go.
That Oh, definitely classic again.
Talk to me about the Jamaican influence and how Emily has been raised.
Cool, yeah. So my family from Jamaica, both mum and dad were from Jamaica on that side. And so they've been a real positive influence. The thing what Emily loves about Jamaica is we've just got great spirit about us. We've got great food about us, food, but also the sporting aspect. Jamaicans love their sport as well. Same in Barbados as well, you know. So we do have that side. And, you know, at school, I done athletics. Don't probably look at it now, but I've done athletics. Don't laugh so hard. Why is he laughing so hard for? But yes, so you're an athlete too. Yes, exactly. Just more in life well. So I did athletics at school, which I really enjoy, various events. Then done karate for years as well. And then after that, I then got back into football. Being from England, got to play football as well. So I've always been a very sort of sporty background as well. And Emily, funny enough, in my later years playing vets football, I was doing football and it was round the corner from where Emily was doing rugby. So often Emily would finish the rugby training and come and watch us men playing football, isn't it, Emily?
The real game.
The real game, exactly, the real game where the thing was on the ground and we kick it along and pick up and getting hit, etc. So Emily got a lot of influences from there as well. But yeah, certainly from the Jamaican side of it, I think Emily's picked up a lot from there as well. I'm proud to say she actually got her first national cap with Jamaica as well. Playing for rugby as well on that sort of side.
There's a place called Barbados. They do the same things for us as well.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry. If I could represent both, I absolutely would.
You have a brother.
I do indeed.
Talk to me about that relationship and brothers and sisters, because I have sisters as well. I mean, there are 5 boys and 5 girls in my family. 10.
Really?
Wow. Don't count. But and so we used to tussle, we wrestled, we did everything, and the girls wanted to do everything the boys wanted to do.
Absolutely.
You have that experience with your brother?
Absolutely. We are just under 3 years age gap. So growing up, I think that's what made me such a great rugby player, is that fearlessness of contact. Like, absolutely, there's no play fighting. Sometimes it's fully, I'm not pulling my punches.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think we're very close, and I'm very fortunate to have a sibling who I am so close with. It's quite funny, when I started university, that was when I first started going to the gym and actually lifting weights. So beforehand, we'd like play fight, I'd punch. It's all right being the younger sibling, he can take it. And then I come back from university having lifted weights, and all of a sudden he says, Emily, this isn't fun anymore. Please, you need to, this actually hurts. Can you stop? So I thought, that's when I felt great power. That's when I knew this was a sport for me.
I love it indeed. And so you've raised your children like that with an appreciation for sport, but balance, life's balance indeed, and understanding from where they've come and all of that. And so you're here on holiday. You leave tomorrow?
Day after tomorrow, I believe.
Or you don't want to leave?
I don't want to leave. The longer I can stay, the better. Hopefully I'm not thinking about that.
Tomorrow. So talk to me about the generations of people who've come with you on this trip.
Yeah, so there's 4 generations. So my grandma, born in Barbados, my mum and my aunt, her children, me, my brother and my cousin, they're that 3rd generation, and then my cousin's got 2 young children, so 4th generation. So we've got 4 generations of Bajans here, just getting back to our roots, and yeah, it's lovely.
Did you get back to Dash Valley this trip?
I'm about to go today. That's the plan, because it's getting to see everyone. It's just been
it's going to look different.
Yeah, with 11 of us, it's a bit of a challenge.
That's quite a number. Quite a number of you.
Yeah.
But when you set foot on this soil, this trip around, how did it feel to you?
It always feels so good when I come here. It is like you are just connected from your heart. Your stomach is something that just pulls you to Barbados. It's an unbelievable feeling. I think the resilience of the Bajan people that we just have like ingrained in us. There's something about the way Bajans are that you realise that's how you are. You know, it's your kind of makeup. So it's just wonderful to be here.
Emily, what did Mummy teach you about Barbados before you ever came to Barbados?
I know I've always had a strong Bajan influence through my mother and my grandmother growing up, honestly. Singing the songs, eating the food. My grandma made me cuckoo, my grandma and grandpa, all the time. Growing up with some great Bajan food and great Bajan songs means a lot. And although living in England, very, very far away in very different weather, coming back and it not feeling so different, it's that I still have that familiarity, that connect with it.
Compare it now with Jamaican food. Yes, feel free to do that. It's okay. We can take it. We can take it. They can take it too.
I feel like I shouldn't. I love Bajan food. I also love Jamaican. I love Bajan food, but I love Jamaican. There's a lot of love. There's enough love for all cuisines
to go around. That's right.
Yeah.
I can live with that. And that's good to hear, right, Giles? I mean, that your children also have an appreciation for where their parents have come from. their
Definitely so.
ancestry.
Yeah, that's so important, I think, to realise that. I think going forward in the future, particularly being in England and London, sometimes our generations get lost between your natural heritage beforehand. And the good thing about food is Jamaican food as well, and Bajan food, it brings you back to remembering where you're from, which I think is really important. And there's nothing better, I think, than Sunday afternoon, isn't it? Normally at our house, Sunday afternoon at our house, there's rice and peas cooking, there's chicken cooking, there's everything, all the good foods. But how we finish it off normally the grandmother as well, good old game of dominoes. And let me tell you, nothing can beat that feeling of dominoes.
You're so rested, didn't you?
I
love it.
Some people look at it, but we've been getting people into this as well. I think different cultures come and enjoy that as well, and they realise, as Caribbean, because at the end of the day, Jamaican, Barbados, we're all Caribbean together, aren't we? Let's be honest, you know?
Nice.
And it's just nice having those feelings. And we've got that, I think it's quite unique to us as ourselves. I think it's really important. And when other people come along and experience it, do you know what? They love it.
That's right. That's right. And so, Emily, as the gladiator, what did you receive? I mean, just the sound of it alone sounds great, doesn't it? As the gladiator.
Thank you.
What did you receive? What were your winnings like? And is this a winning trip?
Oh, well, I wish. It actually was very coincidentally planned, but people do think I won this amazing trip for 11 people to Barbados. I wish, but I got an amazing trophy. I wish I could bring it with me, pretend it's just right here.
Yes.
Don't want to risk it getting taken at customs. So my amazing, massive trophy that sits pride and place next to my Cambridge degree. A trophy I'll have with me for life.
And following that, I'm sure you had media appearances and the like. What's that been like for you?
Very surreal. I've really enjoyed it. So I've been on the BBC, been here, amazing. It's just been really great to have these opportunities to show my face, spread the word, because I ultimately love that feeling of inspiring, especially young girls, young children, to take up sport and be active, because it is really important in a healthy lifestyle. But a lot of young girls who give up sport at a certain age, I just want to continue that. If you're a young girl and you love sport, continue with it, pursue it.
Would you do it again?
Oh, absolutely. In a heartbeat. Call me up. I'm ready. I got the kit. I'm already dressed.
She'll do it again. I'll be watching some pictures on our screen of you posing, looking ever so fearful, but nonetheless, we can take her on. Let's challenge Emily indeed. We have, what's it called, the Ninja Throwdown in Barbados.
Yes.
Annual. Would you come to that?
I would love to.
Good. So we have to give you the information where that's concerned. Come take it on.
Yes, I'll be here.
It's our own throwdown.
I'm ready.
Let's see if we can throw her down and defeat the UK gladiator. Congratulations on your birthday. Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on the trip. Thank you for raising this daughter in the way that you have. Yeah. She's awesome. I feel your spirit. You are awesome. I just love how easy with life you are. But you take life with a good punch.
Absolutely. You've got one life. Live it with energy and love.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. And welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Caribbean.
Yes, always good to come back. Love my Bajan roots and heritage. Good to see you.
What's your favourite Bajan food?
My favourite one, I love the cuckoo actually, with the salmon particularly. If I can get cuckoo and salmon, I do love that. But what I love as well, sorry about it, kind of branded one, I haven't had it yet. Chefette, the barbecue barn. I love it, the barbecue barn. I haven't had it yet. I'm sorry to mention your names out there, but I've got to try and get down there before I go.
You should have seen Emily's reaction when I asked the question.
I know. That's got enough.
I feel like I live in a divided household, being Jamaican and Bajan. You've got dumplings. So it's like, do you like the dumplings sweet or salty? And I'm like,
this is the big divide.
That's the only divide. We're united, but dumplings may divide us.
What's your favourite Bajan,
Mine
Linda?
is actually cuckoo, when it's made with lots and lots of gravy. Yes.
Endorse the cuckoo. Do you remember that? Endorse it with the gravy. In other words,
Dad used to make the most amazing.
He made the best,
cuckoo. That was just brilliant.
Now, Bako, one of our viewers online, he's saying, strictly a Bajan Jamaican conversation. Proud of our West Indian folks. He's saying bravo to all of you. He's very proud of you, Emily, indeed. And so our social media commenters are commenting about you. Pat Ben, Emily is so positive and full of energy. What a pleasure, she says of you. Thank you, Pat. Indeed, she's watching from the United States as well. We have viewers all over the world. And so we really commend you again for raising such a lovely child. I know your son probably has the same spirit.
He's
the whole family of people who are here. I hope you have a really good time for the rest of the time that you are here.
We love
and that, as always, when you go back, you tell people about Barbados.
Absolutely. We always do.
Absolutely.
It's a great place to be.
Absolutely.
And we're happy to have you as a champion. Who's one of us.
Absolutely. This trophy belongs to Barbados as well.
That's right. That's right. Jamaica, you have your moment in time. It's ours for the moment. It's
that's problem. That's fine.
And we congratulate you, Emily. Well done.
You.
Well
Thank
done.
you so much.
You're welcome. Linda, thank you for coming and bringing her.
Thank you for
and
having
Giles,
us.
thank you so much for joining as well.
Always a pleasure to come.
I
and
love
get
the fact that you're
things.
following your daughter and all that she's doing, and you're giving her all your full support. That is important, that the family is raised in this kind of way. It's truly, truly important. You're wonderful examples. Thank you too.
Thank
you.
No problem.
so
Thanks
much.
again.
I'm going to choke up. Marcy Rock says, congratulations to you, Emily, on your achievement. Thank you, Marcy, for your comment online as well. So yeah, people are talking about you. They're very, very proud of you, as I am, and all of us as Barbadians are as well. I'm sure the Brits feel the very same way about you because you represent us.
Yes,
And I'm
absolutely.
glad about that. That's important to us. Folks, we're rising yet again. Again, all the best on your holiday.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Morning Barbados breaks here. We're coming back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities only on CBC TV8 every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Single day. And so, as I was saying, 21 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. All right. We'll try to get that sorted out in just a little while. And what do? We'll take a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I didn't lose my voice. I'm right here still. And so it's now 20 minutes to go to the hour of 8 o'clock as we turn our attention to a relief effort, Barbados Cuba relief effort, an initiative of the Hibiscus Sports and Culture Foundation. Joining me is the logistics coordinator, who is also the cultural director in Akil Hall. Akil, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well.
Good to have you. Tell me a little bit more about why this initiative.
Well, as we're understanding right now in the current geopolitical climate of the world, there are a lot of wars, there are a lot of problems, and Cuba has been under blockade for about 67 years. Very recently, that would have been increased to the point where now they can't even import things as simple as oil. And imagine for yourself if you were to wake up one day and be unable to turn on your TV, or hear that your desalination plant can no longer pump water because there's no electricity, or that your hospital can't do surgeries because there's no lights to turn on. They're in a really bad state, and they need a lot of help in terms of photovoltaic modules, in terms of food, in terms of medication, in terms of everything that we take for granted that right now is something that people in Cuba do not have, and that is really unfortunate. So my organization, along with many others in terms of the Barbados-Cuba Friendship Association, the Six Rights Movement, and Lalu Hanneman and his organization have been coming together to try to provide some humanitarian aid.
The need is great, but the need is varied. There's so much that is in need of, and so many who are in need of help in Cuba at the moment.
Yes, please.
And while you would have looked at some of the big ticket things, surgeries and power and the rest of it, there are also some very basic needs.
Yes, please.
Talk to me a little bit about what you know those needs are.
Well, again, everything that we take for granted here is exactly things that they don't have. Things as basic as food. We're trying to. Mark Hill has partnered with Priya Vida to send down some dried food that can be reheated and rehydrated when it gets over there. So things as basic as food, as simple as rice, as grains, as cereal, those are things that they can't have because all imports into the island have been completely shut off. Baby food, hygienic options like toothpaste and etc. And again, the lack of electricity goes all the way through. If you don't have electricity, you can't have things as basic as water. You can't power your Wi-Fi at home. So people have been without Wi-Fi and unable to do work, and that's been really affecting students. You can't. Without electricity, you can't really do anything. So
life has been totally disrupted as
completely.
a consequence of this.
But the really poignant thing and the really great thing that we've seen as it relates to Cuba is really the Cuban willpower, the ability for them to go through.
Extremely resilient.
Exactly, go through all of that and still stand strong. That they want and require their sovereignty and respect on the world stage. And it's really been beautiful seeing them go through something like this and maintain that same kind of energy, that same kind of power, that same kind of respect, not only for themselves but for also their neighbors and the other Latin American countries around them.
They're still very, very charitable in their outreach.
Yes,
but no parent likes to have to look into the eyes of their child to see the need.
Yes, please.
And so this initiative is designed to help with relieving the need there. How can people watching today help?
Well, again, there's many things that we're trying to do right now. So we're actually trying to form a delegation that's going to be going to Cuba, so that we can provide that humanitarian aid there. So in efforts of that, we've been collecting physical donations. So you can either give your donations to the UE Student Guild, where you can do that between 9 or 4, or we'll be having a collection day on Saturday at the Israel Level Foundation from about, I think, 12 to 1, but we do have the flyer here. And then in addition to that, if you want to donate, you can always reach out to the bank account that we set up for the foundation in terms of the Cuban Relief Initiative, where the number is 163478, and the name is Movement for Humanitarian Aid.
All right, let's be clear. We can donate in cash, or we can donate by the way of items.
Yes, please.
And if you're making the cash donation, you go to the bank and you make your donation to the relief effort there.
Yes, please.
If you're donating items, you can make your physical item donation to the Student Guild at UWI or to the Israel Level Foundation, another collection point.
Yes, please. That is specifically
on Saturday.
Yes, please.
On Saturday, we can actually physically bring our items. Is there a list of items that you're looking to achieve?
Yes, we are. So we're looking for canned and dried foods. We're looking for solar voltaic modules. That is things that can be powered with solar power, and also gadgets that can be used with batteries as well. We're looking for hygiene products. We're looking for baby food. We're looking for medications, and then again, just anything that you think can help. At AgroFest, we were lucky enough to receive a lot of donations, which included things as basic as pasta, as tuna, as ramen, sugar, rice. Again, the same baby food, baby clothes, things that you
know someone needs.
Yes, exactly.
But not things that you are intending to throw away alone, because don't bring disused, badly used items at all to make your donation. We thank you for being generous, but not those items. Think of the dignity you want to restore to the people of Cuba, and so the things that you would want to receive for self, that's what you donate. So as new or near to new as it possibly could be, you can bring those donations, and we really, really would appreciate it. On Saturday, this happens on Saturday.
Yes.
From what time to what time?
I think from about 9 to 1 at the Israel Level Foundation, where we'll be collecting physical donations. We'll be talking a little bit about what we're trying to do in terms of the humanitarian aid and what we're trying to achieve, and we'll have facilitators there to collect your goods. So we're really thankful to the Israel Level Foundation. We're really thankful to everybody that's donated so far. And like you said, the last thing that you really want when you're already down is for somebody to kick you while you're down. Sure, donations every donation that's given is something that we're thankful for, but like was said, we want to really maintain the dignity of the Cuban people, and they have done a lot for us. They're our brothers and sisters in arms. Many people in our country owe a lot of their health to them in terms of the Cuban health initiative, where they were sending nurses and doctors across the island, and also allowing people to come to Cuba for eye surgery, etc. One of our own members, David Denny from the Barbados Cuba Friendship Association, tells a story about how he owes his sight to the Cuban doctors and the fact that they allowed him to go to Cuba, have the eye surgery all for free, and allowing him to have his sight back, and he hasn't had any problems since. So it's really important that we realize that they've done so much for us. It's only time that we're repaying the effort.
It's undeniable the brilliance they've brought to the medical facilities around the world, indeed, and so we thank them for their skills that they've shared with the rest of the world. The logistics, though, because we can all bring our physical donations on Saturday to the Israel Level Foundation between 9 and 1 on Saturday, or to the Student Guild at the UWI. What happens after that in terms of shipping and bringing them into Cuba? I know you have a mission going down soon to begin to work those things out.
Yes,
but
please.
What's the plan?
Right. So the plan for that is we're trying to make sure that we can go through certain airlines so that we can ship more goods to Cuba. But for right now, our biggest objective and our biggest plan that's happening very soon is, as was stated, the delegation that we're trying to send to Cuba to participate in the ICAP events that are going to be happening there. That's an international event where a lot of people will be coming from a lot of different countries to come and talk about what exactly what's happening in Cuba, the efforts that all the countries are being made, and to really try to get to the bottom of what can be done to help and how we as a world can support. That happens. We're trying to go down between April 27th and May 9th to be there for all the events covered. We received a special invitation from ICAP in order to be there. So it's really important that we do that. And in terms of that, When we do go there, we'll be taking as many of the physical donations as we can inside of suitcases so that we can.
Don't talk about the business here. Somebody waiting for you to, because but you'll be taking as many as you can.
We'll be taking some stuff down with us, and then in addition to that, we're trying to go through airlines in terms of shippers, in terms of in order to get there as well, and we'll be collecting physical donations and funding more in the future in order to do that.
There's a plan for this, and there's a sustained plan for this, because one shipment alone does not solve the problem.
No, it does not.
All right, we'll take a break right here. We're coming back to continue talking with Akil Hall, who's the cultural director and the logistics coordinator of the Hibiscus Sports and Culture Foundation in the Barbados Cuba Relief Initiative that requires all of us to give to help our brothers and sisters. We're right back after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are 8 minutes to go to 8 o'clock. Cuba needs our help, and Cuba needs our help now. And so the Hibiscus Sports and Culture Foundation, they are standing up to be able to assist us in getting that help to Cubans. And so it requires us to be able to dig deep within sometimes and give a little bit more than we probably have given before. But this initiative has been ongoing, and it is a cause that has to be applauded. And so Akil Hall is with me. And so Akil, let's talk about this, because you've already begun collection.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
How have Bajans been responding so far to the call?
Honestly, the response to the call has been amazing. I want to say thank you to James Paul and the Barbados Agricultural Society, because they would have given us a spot at AgriFest, this last AgriFest that came, where we would have had a booth and we would have been able to collect donations on behalf of the Barbados people, and also people who were from Cuba who were living in Barbados. So we collected a lot of goods there, as I would mentioned before: pasta, tuna, ramen, baby clothes, sugar, hygiene products, cereal, things that are necessary for the Cuban people, and a lot of really good individuals also came out to assist with that. Yemi Knight, who owns a charity inside of the island as well. Mishron Robinson, who deals with News on the Go Now, who came out and helped cover the story and an interview that I would have had about the same topic with Kimar Safri. David Denny, Lalu Hanneman, Sian Clark, every other member, the actual ambassador for Cuba and her representatives, every individual that has come into this initiative and that's really been putting their all behind this, trying to make sure that the Cuban people really feel loved and appreciated, and that's only continued since AgriFest. Since there, we made the Guild a collection point, and the outreach in terms of that has been amazing as well. For what I hear, they're getting donations almost every day, and then from there, we're also going to be doing our collection day on Saturday at the Isabel Foundation. So it's really been a really impactful movement, and seeing it come from from just the need and want of the people, and then transfer that into actionable response is beautiful, because that's exactly what Cuba did for us, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic when they were helping us out, especially in older times when they were doing these surgeries for free for Bajans, etc. It's beautiful.
Indeed so. So Saturday is a very important day for us. I know Saturday for a lot of you is your shopping day, but as you go into your shopping day on the Saturday in terms of the supermarket and elsewhere, remember, pick up a little extra something or give something from what you wanted for yourself to the foundation, to the Israel Level Foundations, where you go on Saturday from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. You can come, bring all that you have to give. Bring the little ones as well. I want to get the little ones involved. Little ones buy for little ones. And you know what I'm talking about. So if you're 10, 11, 9, and you know what you like, you buy what you like and you bring it to the Israel Level Foundation on Saturday, because there's a child who is your age or your experience who wants to enjoy the things that you enjoy as well. Simply because of the blockade, a lot of that has been taken away from them. Access to that fun, those fun toys, access to just having a book that they would want to be able to read, a new book, a different book. And so all of those I want to contemplate as you go out on the weekend to do your weekend shopping, so you can give. But is the foundation, Israel Level Foundation, open every day to receive donations, or it's simply on Saturday?
For that day in particular, we're in talks with them about making that a significant thing going forward. But we'll be updating you on that through our Instagram accounts. You can either follow the Hibiscus Foundation at Hibiscus_Foundation 246, or you can follow the Barbados Cuba Relief Initiative, and that's underscore between every word. And we're posting updates regularly to tell individuals what's going on. So again, we're just very thankful.
Hibiscus_Foundation 246
yes,
on
please.
Instagram. You can follow there what's happening, and they will continue to update you on what else is needed, because the need is great, but the relief is going to be long term. It's not just you drop it in the pan, it's cooked, it's eaten, and that's the end of it. We want to be able to feed every single day families in Cuba. And you know, the Cuban population is much bigger than ours, and so the giving has to be even greater than we traditionally would give to self. And so we want to encourage you to acknowledge the drive. First of all, it happens this Saturday. You can bring your donations to the Israel Level Foundation from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. Follow Hibiscus_Foundation 246 on Insta. They will tell you about the other initiatives that they'll be engaging in, so you can continue your donations as well. And so the future for all of this is positive, because you're seeing the response. And soon we'll be hearing from you about when next we can, in a mass way, get involved, get energized, and get involved in all of this.
Yes,
what are the stories you're hearing out of Cuba, though, about how vast this need is?
It's really beautiful in terms of what they say when you actually ask about it, or when they're actually talking about it. Because yes, you do get these stories saying, yes, things are hard. The government has to decide whether they're going to give electricity to the residential areas or to the hospital. A lot of times there's blockages and outages very regularly. Individuals can't get access to certain foods. People are hurting. People are suffering. But every time somebody comes back from Cuba, or Cuban comes back and tells you the story, they'll say all these things, yes, but they'll also say that in the midst of all of this, in the midst of all that and all that pain and all that suffering, in terms of the outages and in terms of not being able to get the things that you really need, there is still daily life. That individuals are still trying to make an effort to do things that they like, to go to work, still trying to live. And even though they are going through this tough battle, the entire belief and thinking of the Cuban people is that if this is what is required for them to maintain their sovereignty, if this is what is required for them to continue to live, that is something that they're willing to do. And it's just beautiful, because I don't know how many Bajans here or how many people who are watching can truly appreciate the gravity of waking up one day and not being able to get something as simple as Fruit Loops from the supermarket, or trying to go to the supermarket and realizing that the
shelves are empty.
That the shelves are empty and everything inside of that general area does not have electricity, so you can't even see the shelves if you really wanted to go in there. Or to take it even further, you can't get baked clothes for your baby. You can't get milk for your baby. You can't get anything to eat. I don't know how many people can appreciate the gravity of having a situation like that, and then still being able to have a positive outlook not only on life but on the rest of the international world.
Yeah. So thank you for painting that picture, first of all, but thank you also for coming. The need is great, ladies and gentlemen, and so the Hibiscus Sports Culture Foundation is asking you to really help. You can follow them on hibiscus_foundation 246 on Instagram to see how you can really add to this. Don't you worry about the logistics, they have that all in hand. And so your donation on Saturday, particularly this Saturday from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon at the Israel Level Foundation, bring it to the Israel Level Foundation because they want to be able to make a donation into the lives of the people of Cuba real soon. And so I want you to really give in a very meaningful way indeed. Akil Hall, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
To you and your team.
Yes, please. I just wanted to say thank you to David Denny, Lalu Hanneman, Sian Clark, Suada, everybody that's involved in the Barbados Cuba Relief Initiative, and then also to the Israel Level Foundation, the Honorable Trevor Prescott, and Kevin Cavill.
Everybody.
Thank you so much.
All right,
yes,
we're out of time, folks, and that's it for today as well. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a terrific day. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up.